I've just received a new UniFi switch. Specifically, this Lite 16 PoE. It's a layer 2 PoE switch. It's got 8 ports of PoE and 8 ports non-PoE. So we're going to head over and take a look at it. I'll unbox it so you can see how it comes out of the box, what's included in the box. We'll take a quick look at the specs. Before we do, I want to point out that this video is not sponsored by Ubiquiti in any way whatsoever. So I've purchased this switch myself for a client. It's something that I'm about to deploy. So I just wanted to make it clear that this is not a sponsored video. It's just my opinion. But I wanted to make sure that there's no headaches adopting this, as there was with this Flex Mini, which was a nightmare to adopt. This will adopt fine. We've used them in the past. I've just not covered it in a video before, so while I've got it, I figured I will do.
Sheridan Computers, IT, Communications, Support.
Okay, if we take a quick look at the specs, so you can see how it's meant to be used. This is not a rack mount switch, it's a desktop switch. The price on it, £159 plus VAT. It's wall mountable and the wall bracket does come in the box. It's 16 port layer 2 PoE switch and it's fanless cooling, so it will be silent. 8 of the ports are PoE plus and it's just got 8 normal gigabit ports. The total PoE availability is 45 watts. So while that might not seem a lot, the typical phone uses like 4 or 5 watts, so you should be able to utilize most of these PoE ports. The next thing I just wanted to look at is we've got a non-blocking throughput of 16 gig and the full switching capacity of 32. The power method is a standard IEC, so it's a universal input 100 to 240 volts. The internal power supply is 60 watts with a maximum power consumption of 15 watts for the switch itself, excluding PoE ports. The total available PoE, as we mentioned above, is 45 watts with a maximum of 30 watts per port. So it's obviously got the factory reset, the operating system temperature and humidity. Let's take a quick look at the switching features because it is pretty much comparable with other UniFi switches. So it's got IGMP snooping, spanning tree, port isolation, storm control, voice VLAN, port mirroring, LACP port aggregation, supports multicast broadcast rate limiting, MAC address blocking, flow control, 8021X control, jumbo frames, proprietary loop protection. It's got DHCP snooping and guarding, egress rate limiting, LLDP-MED, restricted by MAC, and device isolation with ACLs. So whatever you get from the other UniFi switches, this is on par with those. So let's head over and take a look at getting it out of the box. Okay, so as always, pull a little tab. UniFi devices always come well packaged, so you can see how it is in the box. In here, this is the mounting bracket, so we'll take a look at that in a second. This comes with a EU/US power supply, so power lead, sorry. But it did come with a UK one as well. Bin that. So let me just get rid of the box. As we took a look when we were looking online, you can see we have the PoE ports here. The non-PoE ports are here. We've got the indications on the side showing the instructions for the lights, and we have the factory reset button here. You can see the mounting bracket, the way the mounting bracket fits. So we're going to be able to mount it like sideways, or be able to mount it any way we want pretty much, and that's a pretty solid fit. The power supply is the standard IEC, as we mentioned. It has, if you can see that, it's got the indicators on the side showing green, orange, and what the lights mean on the front, so you can see when it's got power or not. It's not the lightest switch, but it's fairly light. But like I say, it's not rack mountable, so unless you print your own brackets for it, which I don't see the point, you'd just go for the rack mountable PoE switch. Let's take a quick look at the mounting bracket. So you can see how from the slots on the bottom, it literally just slides in. So I'm not going to push it in because I might not be able to get it out. So we just mount that onto the wall. So once you mount that onto the wall, then we can slide that straight on. Let's go ahead, power it up, and we'll try and get it adopted. So what I'm going to do is plug this in here. Get the power lead for it. Now, as we power this up, you can see got the standard UniFi type light. So once that starts flashing away, then we should be good to start the adoption process. So long as switch takes to fire up. So now you can see the LEDs just changed to flashing while we start up. Now the lights have initialized. Now we've got activity on port 1. So now we should be good to adopt this. Let's switch this back over, flick to my controller. And now you can see that the USW Lite 16 PoE is here. Let me increase this a bit. Then we're ready to adopt. So we'll go and adopt it. So now getting ready. Let me find something to plug into this. I've got a. Just gonna plug this Cisco phone in. So as I plug this phone in, switch this across. So we can see straight away it's powering our phone. So if you need something just it's quite small, it's got enough ports for you to power a few devices up, maybe some phones, maybe some access points. This switch is going to be perfect for you. If you don't need rack mount, if you do need the rack mount one, then I'd suggest that you go with the rack mount switch. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to update this real quick. So yep, we'll update it to 6.61.15179. Just give that a second to update. So it's updated. You can see it's had to just switch to up to date. Let me close that a sec. So you'll see it's on a different IP address than the other devices in the subnet, but that's because I've just adopted that directly into the client's controller, so we can just into our controller. So when we just take it to site, we just plug it in, and that's it. Just drop it off with them and let them do what they need to do with it. So if we select the switch, you can see we've got the links on them. So dark green is gigabit. This one's light green because it's a phone that's only connected at 100 meg, so that's fine. But we can see the PoE usage of 4.7 there to give you an idea of what phones will use. We can see the PoE power availability showing 4.8 out of 45 watts. We can see the device version, the uptime, memory usage, and then you've got the general same settings that you would have for other UniFi switches. So you can go into the port manager, and then obviously you configure the ports for how you want. So make this a little bit smaller. So VLANs, you can turn the PoE off or on per port that it's supported on, and then obviously we've got the advanced settings, which are just left to auto at the moment, which you can change the operation from. If you put it on manual, you can change it to mirroring or port aggregation. I'll manually set the link speed, port isolation. We're just going to leave it auto, and we're going to send it out like that. Let me close this. Where were? Leave. So you can see the insights. VLAN information. So if you do need a switch that, say, supports a couple of PoE devices, supports VLANs, and all the usual jazz that you get with UniFi switches, then this is a good switch. So the only thing I didn't mention that comes in the box is the plugs and screws to mount it to a wall or whatever you're going to mount it to. With that, I'm pretty much done. This switch is configured for my client, so I'm just going to send it straight to them. If you're looking at getting one of these switches and you just wanted to have some kind of experience of what it was like, I hope this video helps. Please like this video if you found it useful. Consider subscribing. Hit that notifications icon. You might get a notification of any videos that are done, and I'll see you in the next video.